Well,
Yep.
behind the scenes, it's around this era where we started seeing the newsletters that there were reports that the quote unquote clique that we referenced earlier were causing some pretty major morale problems in the locker room. There's some people who are upset that Shawn seemingly never loses a title in the ring. He always forfeits it or surrenders it, or there's something going on. And supposedly the Kliq has held up some house shows from starting on time, and maybe they've been problematic about refusing to do jobs. You're a part of talent relations here, spearheading the doggone thing.
Yeah.
What sort of headaches, if any, is the Kliq representing for
Well,
you?
there were ample headaches. They were very strong. And again, your catalyst is if you're watching on YouTube right now, that young man in the middle.
Shawn Michaels.
He was a communicator. He was a liaison between that group of dudes, X Pac and Scott, Hunter. Shawn was the mouthpiece. He was their legal counsel, so shall we say? Uh, so yeah, they could be a pain in the ass, and because they had a net.
Right.
The net was the old man's uh, adoration of Shawn, who Vince told me on more than one occasion. He reminds me of me when I
Oh,
was
wow.
young. Yeah, attitudinal, and all that good stuff. So, but they parlayed that card sometimes a little too much, and then you get them by themselves, and you say, well, why did you guys do that? How did you think that's going to help the company or yourself or anybody else? It's being like a child,
Right.
and that's how I talk to them. I didn't confront them; I conversed with them, and more often than not, they'd have remorse. But they, and that's what got a lot of heat on them because they were taking advantage of Shawn's relationship with Vince, and and kind of seeing where the damn ball's going to land. Wasn't good. That was one of my more challenging times in that role as a head of talent relations.
Do you remember there being any specific instance with Kevin Nash as far as this quote unquote Kliq bad behavior?
Specific? No, it was almost a group effort, Connie.
Okay.
Almost a group effort. They were together.
Right.
They were together and they were loyal to each other, which I did admire. Uh, they had too much to offer to conduct themselves the way that they did, and it just bred uh, discontent. And that's kind of how I see that thing. It's just it just it was unsettling. And a lot of the talents, for example, like a Bret Hart, uh, didn't have much patience for that shit. To be honest with you, but he wasn't the only one.
Right.
So, but those things were sooner than later going to change.